Hey everybody, Lance the Option Teacher here. Wanted to do a 2025 year in review and look at 2026. Alright, so key points 2025 results. I'm going to go over the option selling and option buying, some thoughts on differences between the two, and then the plans for 2026. So, option selling numbers for the credit spreads, we had a 81% win rate. There were a few that had a near max loss that did lower the returns a bit. I have been going over when you could manage the trade by rolling an option or taking assignment and then selling covered calls. But I counted the 81% win rate with just the stop loss near a 3x premium. Zero DTE was 73% win rate. Not as good of a strategy this year than last year, mostly because Trump in March and April was saying random tweets and moving the market with a low volatility that stopped out a lot. I did mention that there were quite a few on paper, and I'm continuing to do paper trades on these just because the volatility is so low that I would not be sizing up with VIX at 14. As I'll say more in the thoughts, you should be considering more option buying than option selling in low volatility environments. Next is for consistent passive profits. This works just as plans, pretty much. Net profit was 4.7% of $4,000 total, and that goes about 25 days. And the total was 53%. So you made over 50% on this strategy with consistent passive profits, which is really good. And it's been consistently working since inception a few years ago, where there hasn't been any losses yet. Safeguard trades with the update from last year has done very well. Made naked puts with 1086. This is just one PDS, put debit spread, and two naked MES. Naked puts made 1086, put debit spreads made 505, didn't lose even though it was in an up market. So made a total of 1591 off about $2,000 funds needed. So this was an 80% return for the year on consistent passive profits. That's assuming you're using the 2000. For covered strangles, we made 3048 and you need 3000, so that was over 100% gainer on the covered strangles. Best performer of any strategy that I did this year. So if you are interested, consider the consistent passive profits or safeguard trades. Both of those get covered strangles. So if you're missing out, just be looking at credit spreads is not necessarily going to reach your goals. So consider the covered strangles. I did more of these than the credit spreads as well, just because I'm willing to take assignment, sell covered calls, stuff like that. For buy and holds, a few of the highlights here. AVDV went up 44% in a buy and hold. That's the small cap value for international funds. I've been talking a lot about international funds on my buy and hold channel, where a lot of people and pretty much every avenue I've been seeing barely talk about it at all. They're just talking about SPY versus SCHD, and they have no clue about international. So look up AVDV and other international funds. TQEQ, I did a trade, not really a buy and hold, but a trade where we went above the 200 SMA, and then I bought TQEQ and essentially sold it for a 48% profit. This was a very good trade in the end. I did move some of my funds to higher yielding cover called ETFs and CEFs. On my Discord, I talk a lot about why I did that. And if you are interested in some higher yielding funds, you check us out because we've been pretty active on talking about different higher income funds where you get more of that passive income and you don't have to think too much about what's happening with the market. Option buying. This was the SRX system. If you've seen any of my past videos, I did quite a few on these. The option buying for SRX has been really good in the last month. For December, it was 59 trades. I did 53 wins. And this is with option buying. I actually have a higher win rate with option buying than I do at option selling with 0 DTE. Average percent per trade was 9.47%, and I made over $1,000 profit in a month. And I was using very few amount of contracts, usually 3 contracts, sometimes 1 contract, and I was able to get those results. So I do plan on scaling up a bit on this in the future. Also, option buying for SPY ATM was a really good year. If you look at May up to now, I took out, this was a $10,000 account. I took out $1,811 in profits in August. I took out $3,017 in profits in December. So that's already almost half of the 10,000 that I started with. And I am currently up about 3,300. So well on our way for doubling this account. And SPY ATM has been working very well. So thoughts on option selling versus option buying. I talk to a lot of people that think option selling is the only way that they should go. Option buying cannot work. I don't think that's true. Buying options, if done correctly, could work. If you have a system in place like the SPY ATM and SRX that I'm helping with the Discord with, the results are looking really well. So don't just think because you're having to pay for theta that it's going to be against you and it's not going to work out. If you have a good edge and you follow that edge based on trading in the zone book, option buying could work. So I'm going to tell you to trade strategies for not only selling options, but also buying options. I'm going to be doing both. Now it sounds like it's a bit crazy, but that's why I made my new channel the Option Teacher instead of Theta Traders, because as an option teacher, I want to be able to teach others how to do buying and selling. Have an open mind on option buying if you don't do it. So a lot of people think, no, there's no way I could actually buy options. I'm just going to sell them, because I've heard from a lot of people that selling is the only way to go. Have an open mind on that. You could go with option buying. You can limit your risk. If you're selling an option, you could possibly have a really big max loss scenario. If you buy an option, you know exactly how much you could lose with the max loss. It's how much you paid for the option, and that's it. And you won't necessarily have to do that anyway. But just have an open mind on it. My plans for 2026, I do plan on toning down my option selling trades, essentially where it's more efficient to monitor and manage it. I'm not sure exactly what that looks like yet, but there's a good chance that I may not be doing daily credit spreads. It's just when I find opportune times for it to work. I'm going to embrace more option buying with SRX. So I'm going to be scaling up in the SRX system to buy more options. And I'm going to continue to take half my profits and put it into T-SPY for motivation. The T-SPY is a 0 DTE covered call for SPY that's actively managed, and it's been doing really well. And I'm perfectly fine with putting funds into that. So these are my plans for 2026 and my results for 2025. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions. And I'd like to hear from different members and different people in YouTube about what their plans are for 2026. See you guys next time, and have a good rest of the day.